Okay, so we're going to look at proving congruence with triangles. So I'm going to use the different postulates. So this one, ABC and triangle FGH. So if I said that AB is congruent, so AB is congruent to FG. So this is given. And I also said that BC is congruent to GH. And I also said that AC was congruent to FH. I have side, and side which are equal. So I can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle FGH, and the reason is side, side, side are congruent. So I have two triangles here, and this time I'm going to tell you that this side and this side are congruent. So we have PQ is congruent to LJ. And then I'm going to tell you that angle Q is congruent to angle J. So angle Q is congruent to angle J. Now I'm also going to tell you that QR is congruent to JK. So this time I have side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. So let's write this a bit better, different colour. So I have side, angle, side, side, angle, side. So I can say that triangle PQR is congruent to triangle LJK because side, angle, side are congruent. Okay, so I have two triangles. So this time I'm going to tell you that angle P and angle B are congruent. So angle P is congruent to angle B. I'm going to tell you that PQ is congruent with BC. And angle Q is congruent with angle C. So angle Q is congruent with angle C. So I have angle, side, angle. So I can say that my triangle PQR is congruent with my triangle BCD, and my reason is angle, side, angle are congruent. So we have two triangles here. We'll call them LMN and P, Q, and R. And I'm going to tell you that this angle here, L, and this angle here, R, are congruent. So angle L is congruent with angle R. Angle M is congruent with angle P. So angle M is congruent with angle P. And the side MN is congruent with the side PQ. So I have angle, angle, side, angle, angle, side. So I can say that my triangle LMN is congruent with my triangle RPQ, and my reason is angle, angle, side are congruent. So let's have a look at an example. Given that L is the midpoint of WE, our line WR is parallel with ED. So we can draw lines on here because we know they're parallel. So we're going to write the two-column proof. So we have to do our statement. And we need to do our reason. So we always start with what is given. So given. And we are given, number one, that L is the midpoint of line WE. And then we can say, number two, that WL is equivalent to or congruent to LE, because we know that this here and this here are of equal length, and this is because of the midpoint theorem, because they're midpoint. So we were also given number three, that RW is parallel to ED. So we were also told that this line is parallel to this line. So from here, we can say that angle W is therefore congruent to angle E, because they are alternate angles on their interior. So the alternate interior angles are congruent. Okay, so what we're going to do next. So number 5, we can say that we have vertical angles. So here, this angle here and this angle here are vertical angles. So angle L, let's say WLR, so we know the difference. WLR is congruent to ED, ELD, and the reason for that is because of the vertical angles are congruent. So number 6, So we've got WRLR. So WLR is congruent with ELD. And then we can say that we have RW is congruent with DE. So we have an angle. And we can also say that angle W and angle E are congruent. So therefore triangle WRL is congruent with triangle EDL because we have an angle, a side, and an angle. And we have this one here. So let's say angle, side, angle. And we have angle, side, angle. So angle, side, angle, congruent. Okay, so let's have a look at this example. So we've got given the angle NKL. So NKL is congruent with NJM. So that means that this angle here and this angle here are congruent. So let's have a look. So we have a statement and our reason. And given, we are told the angle NKL is equivalent to NJM. We're also given that KL line is equivalent to line JM. So that means that line, this KL, is equivalent to JM. So this part here and this part here are equivalent lines. So the next thing, N. So angle N. So this is all equal. So angle N is congruent with angle N. And this is the reflexive property. And then we can say that we have so if we look at this triangle here, AMN, so triangle, okay, JNM, we can see that is going to be congruent with this triangle. So JNM is going to be congruent with triangle KNL, and this is because we have an angle, a side, and an angle. And on this one we have an angle, a side, and an angle. So if we look at this and say, well, this is angle, angle, side, angle, angle, side, we can say angle, angle, side is congruent. So, and that is also by using the CPCTC to say that ln is equivalent to mn. Because we can also say this line here is equivalent to, this line here, this line here is also equivalent to this line here.